Okay, so in this next project, we are going to learn about stop motion animation. So you watched the video that I kind of explained what stop motion is. This is how you do this. So number one, using the desktop version of Google Slides, which is slides.google.com, create a blank presentation and name it your last name stop motion. Number two, having already watched the demonstration scene that I provided, plan your scene. Decide on the background scene and what 2 characters or objects you will include in your scene. Do not skip this part. You got to take some time and think this through. Number 3, search online and save to your camera roll or photos 3 pictures. 1 is a background image. 1 is a character or an object. This is not animated. And the third one is animated, an animated GIF. So again, a background scene, 1 character or object, and 1 animated GIF. Insert the background image into your Google Slides. Use the red guidelines to ensure that your background is centered. So I'm going to click Insert, Image. I put mine in Google Drive. Yours will probably be in your photos. Okay, and this is my background. So I'm going to click Insert. Now notice it's way too small, so I'm going to, and this is a little bit sticky sometimes. So I'm going to make it about as tall as it'll go, and it's over to the left a little bit. So I'm going to drag it, and see that red line? Both of those 2 red lines mean I'm perfectly centered now. Okay, so we want that to be centered. Okay. Number 5, decide on the best starting location for your image and your GIF. You'll need to place these 2 objects in a location on the slide where there is room on the slide for the objects to travel on the slide. Okay, so these 2 objects are both going to travel in our scene, so you need to start them at a location where there's room for them to go. So I am going to insert my image, and I'm going to upload from the drive, and I'm going to put in these buzzards. Now I don't want buzzards right there. That is 1 animated GIF that I have. I'm going to move my buzzards because they're not actually going to move in the scene. I added this as extra. So I think it makes more sense for the buzzards who are on the branch to be on the cactus. Now, it's not exactly the same. A cactus doesn't have branches like that, but I think that makes more sense. Okay, notice that they are looking down like something's underneath them, and they're looking from what we look at as the left to the right. Okay, so now I'm going to insert another image from my drive, and this is going to be my Roadrunner. And my Roadrunner is facing to my right. Now, I'm using 2 GIFs. You only will use 1 GIF. Now, the Roadrunner is way too tall for the cactus and the scene behind him. So I'm going to make this quite a bit smaller if I can get a hold of it. And I'm going to move the Roadrunner over to the left because it makes more sense for the Roadrunner to be on the left because he's looking to the right. It doesn't make any sense for the Roadrunner to be over here because then he's not seeing anything that's going on in the scene. So it makes more sense for the Roadrunner to be over here. And look at his feet. It does look like he's standing there on the ground. Okay, so then my last object, I'm going to go Insert, Image, from, you'll go to Photos, mine's in Drive, this scorpion. And notice the direction that the scorpion is looking. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, well, but just for our sake. The scorpion is huge, so we need to make the scorpion lots smaller. And because of the location of the that the scorpion is looking that direction, we're going to put the scorpion right there. Okay, so now we have our scene. Again, you'll only have 1 GIF. Now we're going to click on Slide, duplicate the slide. So I got 2 identical slides. This is where we animate, where we move the Roadrunner and the scorpion. and so I'm going to select the scorpion, and I'm going to use my arrows. I'm going to go arrow, arrow. I only moved it a teeny tiny little bit, and now I'm going to move my Roadrunner 2 arrows to the right. Okay, so even though slide 2 looks like it's identical to slide 1, it's not, because I moved those two just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go to slide, duplicate the slide. So now I've duplicated slide 2. I'm going to move them again. I'm going to move it over 2 and move this one over. So now slide 1 and slide 2 and slide 3 are not identical, even though it looks like it, because slide 2 they moved in from slide 1, and slide 3 they moved from slide 2. Okay, so I'm going to keep duplicating and move. Duplicate and move. And you're going to do this 18 to 24 times. Don't just duplicate them all, because if you're duplicating them all, the Roadrunner and the Scorpion will not have moved on the previous slide. Okay, so we're going to move this over a little bit and move this and duplicate the slide again. So you have to just be a little bit patient, do one at a time, and if you move it too much, it'll look jerky. If you just move them just a little bit, when we put this in motion, it will look nice and smooth. Duplicate the slide and move them over. So I'm basically just moving these two characters together. Okay, and it makes a little bit of sense that the buzzards are watching the Roadrunner. Duplicate the slide and move them over. And we're just going to, oops, not arrange, slide, duplicate slide, and just keep going. You're going to need 18 to 24 of these to make the motion seem smooth. If you're not using enough slides, you're probably moving them too much in each one, and it'll look choppy. Okay, for time purposes, I'm going to stop at 15, but you need 18 to 24. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is, up here at the top, click on File, Publish to the Web, right down here. Okay, it says Publish to the Web, make your content visible to anyone. Notice it says Auto Advance the slides every 3 seconds. No, we want to change that to every second. And then both of these options underneath it, we want to put a check mark. So we want to start the slideshow as soon as the player loads, and we want to restart the slideshow after the last slide. Okay, then click Publish. Are you sure you want to publish? Okay. Now we've got this link. Okay, we're going to click on that link. And, whoop, we didn't get the whole thing. I get the whole entire link and keep going. It's huge. There we go. And then this says you can do Command C to copy. So if you're having trouble getting it to copy, just Command, which is CMD. It's next to your space bar. Hold that down to do copy. Okay, so I've got it copied. Now I'm going to go up here to the top, and I'm going to paste it right there. And notice this is extremely important. Notice at the very end of the link here, your cursor is flashing and it says 1000. That's too long. So we want to go back. We want to make that 100. So just delete one of those zeros. Okay, so at the end, we don't want it to say equals 1000. We want it to say equals 100. Now, if you hit enter or return, here we go. This is our animated scene. And notice it just keeps a loop. Okay. So when you're ready to turn it in, the link at the top says docs.google.com, and that's not the link that we need. So tap on that once. That's the link we need right there. Tap on it again and get copy. Then you can go to your Google Classroom and paste the link into our assignment, or if that's not working or you can't find a place to paste your link, open a new Google slide and just paste it into that and turn that in. All right.